The garden rescue team are on a mission.
Look at that!
To create beautiful green spaces in family homes.
What do you think? I think that's super cool.
And make people's garden dreams come true.
Fab!
Charlie Dimmock
Pushes the boundaries out.
the much-loved queen of the family garden.
What can go wrong?
The Rich Brothers,
Good luck, boyo.
creators of classy, trend-setting outdoor spaces.
It's such a nice pop of colour, isn't it?
And Arit Anderson,
That's brilliant!
an award-winning designer with a distinctive sense of style.
A lot of these plants are quite easy to maintain.
They're here to answer garden emergencies
There is a lot to be done.
based on the client's needs and budget.
So I think it's definitely challenging.
2 sets of plans.
Wow.
Designers create and pitch, but only one can win.
Right.
Garden
Shazza!
and the loser has to help them build it.
Oh, look at that!
This is what happens when 2 different styles collide
What's not to love?
to turn garden dreams into reality.
Oh, Charlie, I love you!
That's a bit better, isn't it?
Today, it's Charlie versus the Rich Brothers to design a relaxing Italian retreat.
So here we've got Karen and Colin from Romsey.
Oh!
Nice. So should we see their garden? That. Wow.
Okay.
Impressive space, isn't it?
The back garden, as it is now, it's a mess. It's a total mess.
I'm not sure you'd categorise it as a garden.
It's the moment, isn't it? And there's literally nothing in there at all.
Oh, what a state.
Just all.
Yeah, it needs, look at this.
I mean, it is vast.
It's a massive overhaul, doesn't it, really?
Yeah.
Karen is a reverend in hospital.
Ooh,
So it means, yeah, quite cool. So, but it means that she actually has to deal with quite a lot of daily stresses and emotional issues.
People don't tend to call a chaplain when things are going well. Usually that will be for end-of-life care, maybe bad news has been broken, treatment's been withdrawn. It's usually a challenging situation where people want support.
So what she'd really love is to have a garden that she can unwind in and relax.
sort of the therapeutic space to empty the mind.
Yes, exactly that, yeah.
So the kind of garden we're looking for is somewhere full of colour.
Maybe an Italian feel. We love Italy. Perhaps a pergola, grapevine, something like that.
Yeah, somewhere where we can entertain our friends and family around and enjoy life a little bit more.
I think that's really important. You know, a lot of the day job is around need to reconnect with life. A lot of darkness, and so coming into colour on a personal and life. It's almost like, you know, a few years ago I had breast cancer. It was a very difficult time for both of us. But since then, actually, there's been a lot of good that's come out of it. I love being much more with nature. I appreciate life so much more. Let's make the most of it.
What's the budget like?
So the budget is £6,000. Okay,
That's good.
It's not too bad at all. I mean, there is virtually nothing in this garden. We've not even got a small bit of patio outside the doors, so there is a lot to be done.
To get to grips with the scale of the job, the designers are off to Romsey in Hampshire.
Lovely.
Mm-hmm. Through the gate? Well, this is low maintenance.
Yeah. Wow.
It is a big garden.
Right, let's go and have a little wander, shall we? See if there's any...
Undergrowth. Not really very Tuscan, is it? It must get quite a lot of sun.
No, not even with a little bit of warmth that's coming from... Oh,
For the most part.
that's sad.
Oh, no. Well, but that's a good thing.
There it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's at the moment it's just wild, untamed grass, a little bit of a bonfire.
Wild, you're being very kind.
We're
Look,
going to go find Tuscany.
look, well, good luck with that. But there's nice dogwood here. Look at that, lovely.
Well, I've got to say, I was expecting it to look a little bit more Italian in this.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it doesn't really have it at all, does it? But I think what this does have is that relaxing side of it.
Yeah.
It's very calm, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely got very muted tones, very simple, very uncluttered.
Yeah, and I'm loving the comfort of those seats. Now, this is definitely where Karen comes back, kicks, and relaxes.
She sees that view out there, doesn't she?
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
She's missing it.
Well, what a plot, Karen. Colin, it's huge, the garden, isn't it?
It is huge.
It is a disaster area. We had an extension a few years ago. We ran out of money, so this bit just got left, really.
Okay.
As you can
Sure, do I refer to you as Karen or...
see, it's run away with it. So.
I see. Oh, Reverend
Karen.
All right then, Karen. I'm not Karen. Okay. What do you sort of want from the garden?
It's just a comfortable space where we can just sit and be, and not somewhere where we don't have to spend all our time gardening.
Looking after it, because it is a big garden, isn't it? So you wouldn't like this all lawn and clipped shrubs then?
Not really, no.
Well, I've got to say, this definitely has an Italian vibe to me.
It has, isn't it? I think it's got to be the terracotta on the ground.
Yeah.
And I think the terracotta definitely gives us that nice rustic farmhouse feeling, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like nice and warm, it has a nice sense of age. And I think in that garden, it's lovely to be able to give it that as well. So something there that picks up on that Italian vibe they love so much.
Exactly. And throughout this room as well, they've got those warm colours. Got the plates here, the oranges, the citrus colours.
Yeah, perfect.
Nice. There we are. I think we've got everything we need.
Yeah.
So why the Tuscan feel?
Personally, for me, I really like the colours in Tuscany.
Yes.
Yeah, I really love that. So I love that terracotta and the green. Yeah, you get the feeling that you're on holiday. And all of that.
The orange, the water. Is there anything else you want in the garden?
A bit of a water
yeah.
feature should be nice. And sort of just areas where we can sit in different areas.
Okay, so you want like rooms?
Yeah.
Different rooms.
That's just somewhere where we can sit and read and just chill out, glass of wine.
Okay, so you want it a nice tranquil space, lots of colour, Italian feel, space to sit and relax with friends and family, but also maybe some space just for you two on your own that's a bit more intimate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
So we're not asking for a lot.
No, okay.
Having shared all this new information from the visit, the designers get cracking. Each of them will come up with a plan for Karen and Colin's Italian garden that works within their budget. The couple will then choose their favourite. And whichever designer loses will help the winner build the garden. Charlie and the Rich brothers, along with the £6,000 budget, their team of landscapers provide that will be spent on materials, while labour for free. Back in Romsey, it's time for the pitch.
Can't wait to see what they've done.
Hello.
Hiya.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
Right. You ready?
Yeah.
Right. So we know that you wanted to have an Italian-themed garden, somewhere that was broken up into rooms, felt a lot more private. So what we wanted to do was break it up into these three quite formal spaces, almost give it a very Italian terrace feeling.
The brothers have cleverly picked up on the couple's orderly house, choosing formal Italian rooms. So how's Charlie tackling the space?
Ooh. So we have Italian farmhouse area here with terracotta tiles. I then have a more rural, formal dining terrace. Sort of natural setting.
So Charlie
And then coming round to
is mixing up the formal and informal in her 3 rooms. But both designs have tapped into the charm of the Italian landscape. Time to get down to details.
So we know that one of the main things you wanted was a pergola, so we wanted to put that over the dining table. So we thought that would be a really lovely, sheltered area. And then what would be so nice about that is it gives us the opportunity to be able to put a climber up it. Maybe even some rambling roses, things just to really conjure up a gorgeous bit of Italian romance. And then around this space then we're going to have a nice low, formal hedge. But that creates that lovely outdoor room feeling.
The couple are feeling the love for the Rich Brothers pergola, but Charlie's hoping she can woo them back with hers.
We've got pergola at each end. There's another focal point here. Then this pergola acts as a walkway through into. So the pergolas lend them to the dining room, more themselves to great formal area of the terrace. Vines, scented jasmine.
Two pergolas are proving popular, but Charlie's not stopping there. She's hoping her signature favourite will win the couple over.
A linking feature between this sort of farmhouse rural area and your terrace dining area is the water feature. Very simple, a terracotta pot bubbling away, so it'll be a very gentle, soft sound.
Because of Karen's stressful job, a key part of the design is to create a peaceful spot where she can relax after work. So, what have they come up with?
This middle area is a little bit more private and a little bit more secluded. So you've got a lovely multi-stem tree, which is going to create a lovely dappled canopy above you. And the idea, again, is to have this formality around you, cradling you into this lovely space where you can unwind.
This area here is more like the golden rocks that's sort of quite countryside. So this flat that you could go and perch on. These are sort of sandstone with a book or a glass of wine. We've got pencil cypress, so when the sun is coming round, you'll watch the shadows move round. It'll almost be like a sundial.
So, both designers are cleverly using tall plants to create the private space Karen was after. But they've each got another ace up their sleeves to win the couple over.
So as you wander through into this area, we've deliberately left it more open, and it's going to be a lovely bit of lawn surrounded by a meadow. We love the idea of creating a blossom orchard. So maybe having pear and apple, things that are going to give you a nice bit of colour running through the summer months.
So we've got this farmhouse cottagey feel here with terracotta paving, with gaps between so that you can put thymes and scented herbs running through. Just big enough to get a little bistro table on, sort of 2 seats.
Finally, the couple
So
wanted
you'll get the morning sunshine
to see the warm colours of the Mediterranean.
with your coffee.
So, what plants have the designers picked?
Throughout these areas then, we've got some nice tall cypress trees just to
like
give
those.
an essence of that Italian vibe you want. And then we love the idea of having lavender, these long avenues of lavender that run alongside the hedging.
Karen looks impressed. Charlie's turn next.
What I've done is I've planted this up with things like Californian poppy. Now I know they're not from Italy, but they've got that lovely, happy, sunshiny feel. I have a feature plant in the centre here. This is an olive, then, which I thought would be really nice to get some citrus in.
Right.
I'll leave you to it.
Thank you.
With the pitches over,
Lovely, thank you.
Nice. Thank you. Cheers, guys.
Thank you.
Karen and Colin have a hard decision to make, as only one Italian-inspired design can come out
Gosh, the thing that really grabbed
on top.
So the two designs.
me about this one, is the colour.
Yes, a lot more.
I like the way that it's been divided up into rooms.
Yeah.
Have you got different rooms with different...
Yeah, so farmhouse, rural, dining.
We could really entertain there, couldn't we? I could
We
see
really
that
could.
as an entertainment area. With the Rich Brothers, I mean, the thing that, I don't know about you, but I really, really like the bit in the middle, particularly. Do you?
Yeah, it's very nice, and it's the way we can just sit and have some coffee there and separate it out from the rest of the garden.
We've got predominantly formalised here.
Yeah.
We've very clean lines.
Except, well, even that's quite cool.
Yeah.
Is it? Oh, okay.
And I like the trees all the way around that. It feels quite private, doesn't it?
It does.
Feels like you really could feel that you were away from it all.
Not 100% sure about the lawn area.
You'd have to mow it.
I'd have to mow it, yeah. So,
Okay.
And we kept a bit of lawn, but kind of you'll just all gravel, are you?
Yeah, all gravel, no lawn at all.
here, so it's what size the gravel is. If it's too big, you're going to feel like
It's a water
the water
feature, isn't it?
yes.
It's a lot.
You're wading through the garden.
water feature.
Lots to think about there.
Yeah, we need to
No.
There.
have a good think and decide what we're going to do on this.
Well, it's a bit of a toughie, this one then. Maybe
We're going to find out.
Both designs hit the Italian brief, but will the couple prefer the Rich brothers' formal rooms or go for Charlie's more natural approach? It's time to find out.
Hello.
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
Hi. It was a really, really difficult decision because we actually love both of them.
But we have made a decision.
And we both agreed on it as well.
Oh, that's always a
I
positive.
didn't have to do as I was told.
So,
And the decision is...
Young farmhouse.
This one. Yay!
we love that terracotta water feature. You know, I can really imagine just sitting out and feeling that I'm in Tuscany, a glass of wine, sitting next to this. Lovely, and we love the colour and the warm colours. It's just what we want.
So just help you relax.
Isn't it?
It should be a really nice and let your mind a nice tranquil sound.
Yeah.
Wine.
Oh, yeah. It feels a lot more informal than our one, which is really lovely.
You can grab some Italians to bring along as well.
Do the accent you do.
I'm very excited.
It's a brilliant result for Charlie, but she'll need the Rich brothers' help to turn this huge expanse of tatty lawn into a garden that captures the charm of the Italian Riviera. The day of the build has arrived.
Yeah, all right. Wants to work too hard, Carl. You take your pick, Carl.
And with the sun shining, project manager Andy, along with landscapers Kyle and Gruff, can't wait to get cracking.
See what we've got here then. We've got formal patio over here, like a informal sort of terracotta patio running down there. No grass, gravel's running into sort of big planting all around the edges, cypress trees, olive trees, all sorts. There's a fair bit to do. We've got to get on. I mean, there is a lot to do.
While Gruff gets
I haven't even finished yet, but
to grips with the strimmer to cut down the wayward weeds, the rubbish is cleared.
to be honest, this is coming off really easily.
The digger may be making light work of it, but at 180 square metres, that's a lot of turf for Kyle to wheel off site.
There we go, look, we've got a nice bit of terracotta in here, Gruff. There's loads of it, isn't there? I suppose you reckon we've uncovered an old Roman temple or something, do you? I hope not. There's not much left of it now if we have. We'll just dig it up. Don't tell anyone about it.
The area on the right-hand side is now cleared. This will be Charlie's first room, a large patio seating area flanked by 2 pergolas. Kyle's raked out a layer of MOT and levels it with a vibrating plate ready for the sandstone paving. These nap pattern for the rustic look and feel. Natural flags are a mix of sizes Charlie's after. And Kyle's laying them in a random pattern. A water feature in the shape of a terracotta pot will be the link between this social seating area and Charlie's next room, a place to relax in the evening sun.
7, 5, it's about there. Boot in place, please. We're looking at about here. So there, yeah. X marks the spot. Just marking out for the water feature sump. There's quite a big hole that's got to go in the ground.
Gruff makes sure the reservoir for the water feature sits flush with the ground, and it'll need a pump.
We're going to trench through to put some conduit in for the electric cable to go over to the power socket near the house.
More MOT goes down in readiness for the terracotta paving. The landscapers have made great progress. On their way.
I'm going to do yeah.
Which is
nice.
good news because the designers are...
Right, are you ready for this?
Yeah, well, you didn't lie. It is always sunny in Romsey.
Yeah, look, I've got this.
We're not going to need that today.
Oh, well, you never know. I'll show you this a bit later.
Oh.
So you, sunshine? I know you like making tables, so I want at the end of the patio, I want a feature table. I want it nice and low, so they can put their buckets of wine on there and maybe the barbecue, but I want it to look quite quirky, so artistic.
Get you all right on that then.
And then the other key thing is, because I'm dividing the garden into rooms, I want you to create the pergola that goes from the very rural area in to the more sophisticated patio entertainment area.
A carpentry job today. That's all right.
By way of a change, I'm going to be on the water feature.
Yeah, lovely.
Okay.
It's not going to come out of that, is it?
So this is not, I have nothing to do with the water feature. This is to keep the sun off.
Do you need me, Dave, to hold that for you?
Oh, you could.
Are you going to get around this all day? I'll just follow that. Good going. Get in the club. Oh, yeah. Shade me. Hasn't even thought about me.
Now, this garden, wow, since it's been cleared, it looks huge, absolutely massive. But the guys have done a really good job. The formal patio is down, so that's a really big space. So this is where they're going to entertain of an evening. The olive tree is going to be there, so it's going to be a key feature of the patio, and then you'll wander through the scented archway in to the more rural area. So this will have big rocks and it'll be sort of slightly sculpted. And then cupressus trees, pencil cypress, which will give that real rural feel to this area. And then you get to the sort of farmhouse area. Tiny little bistro patio area here. And it'll be a really nice planting sort of in palm space for Karen to mingle through the slab to come out in the morning with a cup of coffee. Well, it's not calm here, I have to say. There's an awful lot to do.
For the formal Italian dining area, the patio will be flanked by 2 pergolas. And with such a packed day ahead, Charlie's asked an extra landscaper, Ben, to come along and help David build them.
How deep is your hole?
Super deep.
Oh my, is it?
I think it's too deep.
Charlie, what exactly are we doing over here?
You look like you're holding up a pole at the moment. But what do you mean?
I don't ask you anymore.
I'm so horrible. Always, aren't I?
What's going in here on the floor?
This is like gravel here, so compacted gravel.
So would you mind anything between the post and the slab, or do you want the post to be right up on the slab?
It's entirely up to you. It can be right up to the slab, or it could be just away a bit if it makes life easier.
It might make like a little stick of rural.
Okay, nice. So that's why I got you.
A little bit easier.
I think so. Look, it's rusty on this job. Stick and rural. This is going into rust.
Lovely. There we are. So we know where the posts are going now. We're going to have 4 of these. We've got 3x3 timbers. We're going to have some across the top as well, just to hold it all together. And that's going to create a lovely pergola.
In contrast to the formal Italian dining area with its large sandstone patio, the second room has an intimate rustic feel. The perfect place to unwind after work. Charlie's linking these 2 spaces with a Tuscan water feature.
Now, I've gone for a kit because that makes life really straightforward and easy. You get the reservoir, you get a nice sturdy top that will support all the weight, you get the pump. So the lovely Gruff dug out a trench and ran this conduit, and what he did remember to do before he buried the conduit was to put a piece of wire through it, so it makes it easy to pull the cable through.
Easy?
Harry doesn't think it's easy because best is try not to get. It's a long distance. It's slightly stretched the hose in a big stitches. And the thing to do, snake-like fashion, like Harry and now David have got it in. So totally unfurl it.
It's like an anaconda. Go out.
Go over the other side.
Look at that.
Wait. Blind leading the blind. Right, and that's it. That's it. That makes so much difference, doesn't it?
Charlie?
Yes, come out.
See if it's been talking or not?
What did you say?
Come a little bit closer.
We've got the cable through. Now it's a case of levelling up the reservoir. So I'm using some sand and then putting it all together. filling it up and turning it on. That's about it.
Charlie's third and final room gets the morning sunshine, so she's designed a mini patio for the couple to enjoy a cup of coffee.
When you think of a rural Tuscan and terracotta tiles, Tuscan villa, straight away you think they're using terracotta, slab of beautiful terracotta pots within the garden. In this country isn't the best thing to do because they're very porous, so they soak up a lot of moisture, and then when it freezes, they tend to pop and break. So using a composite, much like this, is a great alternative. Now this area is all about informality. These slabs have been laid in quite an informal way, allowing nice little pockets in between, which we're going to plant up with things like thyme, Californian poppy, and it'll really conjure up that beautiful romance of an old Tuscan villa.
These terracotta-style pavers cost £440, while the sandstone tiles for the formal patio came in at £500. The main area is finished. Kyle just needs to make a step up to the patio doors.
Coming through. Keep digging. Watch out for the holes. I think it's all about having a nice environment to work in. So this is I'll be making a table next, so I can watch both Charlie and Dave. So I'm going to take myself to Tuscany. So I'm using a scaffolding board for the top of the table. It's a really durable material, and I'm then going to be using some 2x2 timber to create the legs. And then she's got a nice little mirror for me to fix with there somehow.
That'll look good.
Yeah, what do you think?
Put a shelf across there and then a few plants. The candles on the shelf.
4 candles?
2.
2 candles. Yeah, lovely. Now we need to turn it around, don't we?
Oh, you can make a bench on that quite nicely, couldn't you?
That is actually...
With the old back.
Oh, I do like that. This actually looks like a cool little bench, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Great to meet you.
Snug.
I've managed to fasten the mirror onto the back, and I had to do that. I just removed these from inside and brought them to the edge, and then I've got a nice bit of 2x2 on the outside there, which is creating a nice stable base for it. I think Charlie's going to be happy. I've just got to put another fastening on here, and then I'm going to attach a nice little shelf.
Okay, Kyle. See if this pump works.
Is it the one with the...
It's the one with the plug-in, yeah? There we go. Now, it's always a good idea, before you put your water feature all together, that you make sure the pump is actually working. Okay, we can turn that off now, mate.
With Ben and Gruff's help, David's making good progress on building the 2 pergolas that sit at each end of the patio. All the timber, posts and fixings cost £670.
Oh, watch your head. Ugh. Right. There, Kyle. Let's get this on top. All right, ready. Grab that. Somewhere there. To you, switch.
Each of Charlie's 3 rooms has its own unique Italian charm. To create a rustic, rural feel in the second room, she's laying off the paving and going for a softer look with self-bound gravel.
There's a lot of perennial weeds here, which I don't mind coming up in the barren areas, but not this sort of pathway area. So we're putting weed suppressant matting down, MOT, and then self-bind, and we're going for a mixture, so it's going to be some very fine stuff with some slightly bigger, chunkier stuff, then with a few rocks and a few cobbly bits. So it's sort of graded, so it'll be finer where you walk and more chunky around the edges. So it should look lovely.
To enhance this rustic room, Charlie's chosen 6 large rocks formed from Welsh quartz for decorative formal seating. And 2 huge boulders. But first, we have to get them boulders for a relaxed alternative in the garden.
How are we actually going to do it? Are we going to try and lift them, roll them?
Mash them, boil them, stick them in a shoe.
I don't even think one man can carry that, can they?
Go on then, Graf, what do you want? Ah! Right, I'm out. One each.
Then we'll have a think about the big ones in a minute.
Come on!
Let's go, mate, man.
Is yours heavy?
Mine's pretty heavy.
This is good. Come on, back! I don't know what the complaint is all about. Sorry, guys. Is there a queue or what?
Let the queue for the loop.
Let's have a little rest. Where are you going? I'm first. It's the Boulder Races. Oh, there mine was.
Having cost £540,
Yeah, the square ones don't roll
Charlie wants to make
quite so well, do they?
sure they're put in the right place
Looks great there.
and the right way around.
So it's spinning this way, yeah?
Yeah, have this point, flatten it down, flatten it back.
They also need to feel comfortable to sit on.
Yeah,
Is that not too lumpy? Can they sit on that?
spin it round.
One.
All right then,
Ready,
just
2, 3.
That's softer, isn't it?
yeah, but can we kick it round?
Kind of on your bum.
That's it. Hey, absolutely perfecto.
Lovely.
Nice.
Oh, one to go.
One to go, woohoo!
And with this final beast weighing 750 kilograms, they've called for backup, but it can only help up to a point. Gruff and Dandy have to take the weight to get it in the exact position Charlie wants.
Yeah, so there's a gap about that. So see where the citrus is? Yeah, maybe they could sit there. Yeah.
Just though.
Yeah, maybe that way a bit. That's it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then not like straight on, maybe with a bit of a kink in it. Yeah, no.
That was magic. See, Gruff's been doing all the work. There you go. You do it. There, right.
Yeah, that's lovely. Just ready for you two to sit and have a cup of tea, sat
I
there.
feel like I deserve a cup of tea. Yeah. Oh, it's quite nice, actually.
That's very comfy. Yeah, well that.
Self-binding gravel is raked around the boulders, ready to be flattened later. While in the third room, David brushes Cotswold chippings around the terracotta tiles. Together, these are costing £530.
So, you're on pot duty. So I'd like you to pick the pot up. Then we're lifting it all up, dropping it all down, but at the same time I've got to get my hand down to move the pump. I'll eventually understand.
All right.
It's all right, up. Can you lower it?
Yep.
I'll shout at you really loudly and you'll... That's it.
It's the lid on properly. It needs to come towards you a little bit.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Why is that?
That's the one.
It is,
There
it
we
is.
are. That was easy enough.
Right, hose. Right, come on.
Someone going to level out this gravel soon. Going up and down.
We need to fill this up with water.
Yeah.
And then it all just recycles. So I turn, you stay there and I'll go and turn the pump on. And we'll see how level it is.
I reckon pretty good, to be honest.
Pretty good.
Whee! It's about to come up and over.
Right, now stop. Now put the hose in the lower bit. What do we think, everybody?
There's a sense of calm in the garden now.
It looks really nice.
With the water feature in, Charlie can turn her attention to the plants. She's chosen 5 Italian cypress trees for the rural second room. For £500, they'll bring a feeling of quiet seclusion.
The other one that you didn't touch. Not that one, that's taller. That one. Maybe bring this one round behind the back of that round rock.
With Harry's help,
Yeah, that's nice.
Charlie can stand back to see exactly where they should go.
Come and have a look. What do you think?
Oh, it's lovely.
Under Charlie's watchful eye, the team start bedding in the rest of her plants.
Yeah, no, I quite like that
For £2,500, she's carefully selected species that conjure up a colourful Mediterranean vibe.
Now, this garden is all about transporting Karen and Colin to the romantic landscapes of Tuscany. And I feel like the vine is an iconic part of that. The reason that Charlie wants to position this ornamental grape here is because of the foliage. And these leaves get to dinner plate size, so it's quite dramatic. And as it grows over, it's really going to shade the entrance way, which will be really beautiful. Lead out this archway, make it feel very cosy. Now, as you can see, it's got these kind of wiry and really emphasise the end tendrils here, so it just self-clings. And then in autumn, you get some beautiful burnt colours. And then in winter, when it drops the leaves, it's going to allow that little bit more light into the house. Yeah! It's a hard hole, that one. And then on this side of the pergola, we've got a climber with very different attributes. We've got Trachyspermum jasminoides. Now, the best thing about this is its sweet scent. There's nothing more beautiful than that, especially when they're journeying through. It's going to really heighten the senses and make for a wonderful experience.
Right, do you think that hole is deep enough?
Charlie's chosen a statement olive tree.
Oh,
Yeah.
it is.
It's bang on.
And big enough. How are we doing this then?
Shall I just lift it?
I tap it.
At full evergreen that adds a Mediterranean £500, it's a big investment scent all year round.
Go round.
But it's a beautiful...
That way a bit, back a bit. What does that look like, Gruff? Too far back?
Yeah.
That's it. No need for a spade, Charlie. Just a good boot.
Get your boots involved.
This soil is very Mediterranean. The olive tree will love it, and so will the pencil cypress.
Now, the planting is really coming along. We've got some really beautiful perennials. We've got geums. We've got some cotton lavender just in there. But one of the key plants Charlie wanted to get in was this Californian poppy. And what's so nice about this is actually this beautiful pale yellow flower. This is something that Karen is really going to love. It's these fine, delicate leaves, and then after it's flowered, reveals a lovely seed head as well.
When it comes to Mediterranean plants, you think oranges and lemons, citrus olives, you think pencil citrus. Now everybody cypress, and then you think they would love to be able to grow citrus in the UK, but to keep them outside all the time, not possible because it gets too cold and it's too wet. But you can put them out for the summertime. So we've got a lemon, and of course with the citrus plants you get the wonderful scent of the flowers, and yes, you will get fruit. They can come out for the summer, but you must make sure all the frost is definitely over, and come the first frost in the autumn you need to bring them inside. Now, I've gone for terracotta pots, but bizarrely, it's actually better to keep them in their plastic pot. So what you need to do is put some gravel at the bottom, like you normally would, and then you literally just drop the pot inside like that. That way, the pot still drains properly, but it doesn't dry right out, and it keeps the plant happy. The other citrus and the easiest potting citrus I've got, which is probably one of the hardest I've ever had to do. Hardiest citrus in the UK is a kumquat. Like a small orange, you eat the whole fruit, including the skin. Absolutely gorgeous.
As a final finishing touch, Harry adds a colourful Mediterranean mosaic within the formal patio. And the Herculean task of turning this large garden around has been done.
All right, that's all right.
Well done.
Well, the garden looks even bigger now.
Oh, huge.
Plants are in here.
I know.
Yeah, it's so wonderful. It's incredible to think that the whole space has been done.
Yeah. Do you know where my favourite spot is?
Water feature?
No, those two
It
rocks.
just sells that rural Italian character, doesn't it? It's amazing.
It's good.
That's where I'd like to be, actually. Just with those Californian poppies. Send me home with them and I'll be very happy.
Right, better think about getting them out then.
Karen and Colin's garden was
Yeah,
in their words, a disaster area. Just a massive lawn, weeds and clutter. Now it's had a £6,000 transformation. A large social patio made out of sandstone tiles with a pergola at each end gives the space a sophisticated Italian feel. There's a statement olive tree and a calming water feature made from a terracotta pot. Sitting on bound gravel flooring are large boulders for the couple to perch on in the evening. Finally, a terracotta patio is the perfect spot to enjoy a morning coffee.
Okay, and I'm going to stand you right next to Colin.
Is that you, Colin?
No, no, not at all.
It's time to see what Karen and Colin think of their new Italian-inspired garden.
If you'd like to open your eyes.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Please.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Wow.
Oh.
That is perfect, isn't it?
Oh, it's just right.
Oh, we've just taken all that rural side in all at once, haven't they?
I know, that rural side is beautiful. It's so nice to have the gravel interweave farms. Very soft. And that water feature, well done, Chaz.
Oh, Bella.
Oh, I didn't imagine it to be like that. That is wonderful.
You mean my drawing was that bad?
No, that's wonderful.
This is the little farmhouse area with your terracotta tiles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thought that picked up the ones in your
I think
kitchen.
it's very similar.
I love the colours as well, the tones. It really blends in. And that looks like a beach. It's wonderful.
Yes.
That's to remind you of the sort of countryside when you go up into the hills around Tuscany.
Yeah.
It's quite gravelly.
Yeah.
So we've got lots of lavenders running through there. Your pencil cypress,
Yeah.
rosemary, and I have to say there's lots of yellows and oranges.
Yes,
I do.
You can sit down here.
Yeah, that's so. And then we've got your rocks. The whole idea.
Yeah.
They are
Have a wander.
Yes.
such a cool element. They're perfect for making it look natural and rustic. It's so nice they can just perch on them as well.
Yeah, and that's the key, isn't it? They're usable as well as, like, beautiful.
This area here is just for you two on your own.
Yeah.
But I know you socialise a lot.
We do.
We do.
And we thought this area down here would be a lovely spot for you to have a nice big table. Got your pergola here with a jasmine.
Is that what this is?
An
Jasmine,
evergreen star
right?
jasmine, so you
Yeah.
get that scent.
Oh, wow.
Well done. You're getting good at them now.
Looks a little naked at the moment. With those climbers up there, that's going to be beautiful, isn't it?
Exactly.
Then an ornamental grapevine, which will come up and cover that and gets really big leaves and goes bright red in the autumn.
Yeah.
Nice mosaic.
I like the mosaic.
Yeah. Nice olive tree there.
Oh, I love that.
Underplanted with loads of lavenders and catmints.
Oh,
Yeah.
lovely.
Which we thought would be really good if you got a party.
Beautiful.
Then Harry's been busy going on to put things on, but you all see down here on this sort of table, get a double effect. It makes the garden look bigger.
Yeah.
Oh, spotted the mirror. Oh.
So do you think it was good value?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Most
I can't
definitely.
see us being able to do this ourselves. No
And
way.
does it remind you of Tuscany?
All I need is an Italian hunk.
You're terrible!
Just to look at, Colin, that's all.
Yeah.
Look.
Really.
Window shopping's
Yeah,
a good
yeah,
thing.
yeah. Smash and grab that's out, isn't it?
So I can see, you know, it's a place to party in, but do you think you'll also use it to sort of calm down and relax after work?
I do. It's going to be a lovely place to just sit and really chill out. And it feels quite healing as well, actually, the whole atmosphere. So, yeah, I love it. I love it, absolutely love it.
It's nice hearing the water in the background just constantly trickling away.
Amazing. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank
Up and gone, the couple can't wait
you
Thank
so
you very
much.
to get friends and family round to with Charlie and the team now packed. Take a look.
Yeah.
So it's our new
Look at
garden.
the water feature. I've got an olive tree as well. I love the water feature. Absolutely
Yes.
love that. And it feels like there's a place where I can actually come back and just sit and relax and chill out. I just hope we don't kill it all off.